last campsite of the Wonderland Trail. You were good to us. Time to finish this thing off.
Left camp at 5:45. We're trying to get as much of the climbing section of our final day done before the sun gets up really high. Rainier is just starting to get painted with light, so we have a little bit longer, I think. Emily brought up a really good point. As we come across like more tourist areas, and it seems like the route today actually walks along a lot of the park road. So it is really nice that it's gonna be our final day, just because it is so close to all these roads, all these parking lots, just general tourism facilities and everything. It's like a slow, gradual return to normal everyday life. It still looks really nice, but it definitely is a different feeling than the past couple days that we have had. And luckily, because we did wake up early, I can also offer you one additional look at Rainier in the morning light.
This asphalt feels good.
$115.
That's just the surface of the water.
So no diving. Alright, we left asphalt. We're gonna leave the bridge. And we're gonna get back on trail again. Made it to Maple Creek. A lot more rocky than Nickel Creek, but at least it has a working bridge. After following the river for quite a while now, we are finally beginning our final ascent of the Wonderland Trail. It's still nice and cool out. You can see the sun's just starting to hit the mountains on one side of us. So we'll probably be able to finish this climb relatively in the shade. When we get to the top, there is a rock slide area that we've been warned about by a couple people. We're hoping it's better than people are making it out to be, but I'm assuming that's also going to be at the top of this ascent. So we think that was the blown out section there. You can see how thin the trail goes, but it wasn't actually too bad at all. Right down to the river though. And that's that sun breaking through. It's getting hot now. It's a very nice waterfall. Little road crossing. And then back up we go again. Looks like we're finally starting to see Longmire actually on the signs. 7.9 miles. 7.9 till we're done. Fun fact, both Alberta and Washington have a lake named after Louise. Not sure what Louise did to deserve so many lakes, but it's pretty cool. Hopefully this one's just as blue. Hopefully it's not as busy. Would be a good spot for lunch and to swim. There's Louise Lake. Looks real nice, real quiet. No tourists there, which is nice. We decided to push on to Reflection though. We're about 500 meters away. Probably the top of our climb. Then we can start the way down and the way home. Okay. On trail for 8 days and now we have a roadblock.
Yeah, short one.
Yeah, the asphalt's gonna feel good though. Nice and hot, but nice and flat. There's Rainier, still hanging out. I think we found Reflection Lake. It's lunch. Reflection Lake, nice view. A lot of tourists walking and driving by us now. Emily's starting to realize what it feels like to be hiker trash. How great do you feel walking by all these freshly showered people?
Clean people. Yeah, we definitely stand out a little bit, but
it's nice though. Lots of cars pulling over, stepping out, getting a photo, and then driving off. Would have been a lot more efficient. But time for wraps. Whoa. We have that. I got wraps, pepperettes, cheese wraps, and then we got a lot of peanut butter. That's all I have really.
we have both Snickers.
I know. Let me guess, you have Ritz?
I have Ritz.
Classic.
I have a bit more cheese.
How many packs of Ritz do you think you went through on this trip?
2 a day.
Okay.
So 60.
That doesn't sound as gross
know, it
as me
doesn't.
almost going through 20 pepperettes.
It doesn't.
No.
Was it just 20? 30 tortillas.
Yeah, 30 tortillas. I was originally going to bring 30 pepperettes, and Emily talked me out of it because then we did the math and she's like, so you're going to eat like 4 of these things a day, and it just sounded gross. And good thing, because I'm still going to have like 5 left over, but they're good though. They lasted. Here it is. That's just garbage. It's almost done. There's like nothing in here. That's so great. Last oats of the trip. I don't know why I didn't think to put peanut butter in earlier, but since I want to use everything up, it's in there now. So we left our camp at 5:45 and we just wrapped up lunch that we took at 9:30. It's currently like 9:50 right now with 5.8 miles left. We're done our climbs. We're just kind of walking along the top of our altitude for the day. And then it's just the long climb back down to Longmire. So making really good time on that front. And I think now the goal is to try and make it back for ideally 12:30, but that's quite a bit of mileage, but we'll see. Just wanted to make note of these maple leaf looking plants they have here. Tons of them, but look at the size. Absolutely huge. No clue what they are though, but definitely remind me of home. Look how clear that water is. I think it's gonna be one last pit stop before we make it back to Longmire. I don't think I'm actually gonna swim, just kind of want to soak the feet one last time, but what a cool area. As we get close to the finish here, I think we definitely took for granted how to ourselves we had the park. Like even now coming up to different water crossings and bridges, there's like weights to go across as day hikers go across, take their photos and videos. Well, we were obviously doing that too during the duration of the trail. You never really thought about it because it was really just you out there, maybe one other person who happened to be there, but you run back into the craziness of it all pretty quick.
Last 1.7. Longmire, 0.1 miles. Last 0.1 mile trail.
Yeah. Ready?
This is exactly where we had an argument about the map right before we started. Look how far we've come. Let's finish. "98 miles, 8 days, 2 bears, a bunch of marmots, 7 awesome nights, unreal views. We're done." Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations.
That's it. Okay, let's go get pizza.
Yes.
Got a new printout of the permit we lost on day 1. It's a little memento. Time to see if our car was broken into, or to see if Emily lost the keys along the
Did
way.
not lose the keys.
And so quickly, it fades to memory. We could barely remember day 1 and 2, but walking back to the car already feels like everything's just kind of in the past now. Happened so fast. Hey, all the windows are intact. Fantastic. Over 500 kilometers on these things now. That might have been the last trip for them. Oh, the fabric's starting to bend out. Rubber's falling off. They did good though. So starting today at 5:45. We finished at 12:37. Now we just have one more stop at the gift shop to see what we can throw our money at before heading back to the hotel and showering for the first time in 8 days. Can't wait for that. Went to the gift shop. No cherry cheese danishes. We got creamsicles. Next up, Chick-fil-A. So the main water filter we use on trail was the Sawyer Squeeze, the regular size. So we're gonna back flush it to see what 8 days on the trail did to it. So I'm gonna clog this right now. I don't think it's gonna be that bad just because it was all kind of like mountain water and everything, but let's see. We don't have the actual back flush filter thread. We're just gonna use the sport cap and see if it gives it enough pressure. Mm-hmm. Wow, there's nothing. It's so clean. Cut the cameras. Cut the cameras. Okay, Emily, what are your highs and lows of day 8 on the Wonderland Trail now that you're done?
I think my high for the last day was a little creek that we stopped in towards the end, probably only an hour from the end. There was this really nice creek that had kind of pooled in different places, so we were able to sit and take our shoes off and kind of have one final soak in the cold water, so that was good. And then my low, I think, was just as we started getting towards the end of the hike, we were passing through a lot of day use areas and going by parking lots and roads, and so I think it really felt like the end of the trail. There were a lot more people. There were lineups even for some of the bridge crossings, which we were not used to at all. So that maybe took me out of it a little bit more and made it feel like it really was the end. So I think that would be my low.
Cool. And what was your overall high of the trip?
Overall high? I don't think I can really think of one moment, honestly. There were so many. I think like just being asked that, I have a lot of different thoughts already coming to mind. I don't think there was one. Every day was so beautiful and very different as well. So yeah, I don't think I have just one.
Cool. I think my high would be just being able to complete the trail itself. Like we already got so lucky getting the permit, getting the weather we did. So being able to also fully complete it and like feeling really good. Like I didn't have any knee issues, which I usually have, or there were no injuries or anything like that. And it was just like such a fantastic experience. It was great to be able to finally bring it to a close. But at the same time, with it coming to a close, that's also probably my low. So finishing the trail was on both ends of the spectrum for me, just because it was such a great experience. It was definitely one of those things I wish kind of kept going on. And on the last day, as you see more day use people or like roads and everything, it definitely like starts to suck you back into civilization and everything like that. And it's it's just a little bit of it's a quick rush back into everyday life and everything. And yeah, it just kind of ends so abruptly, even though it was a decently long trip.
And what was your overall high for the whole trip?
That's a tough one. I don't know, like you said, like every day was so unique. Like I think we thought that there would be certain days that were going to be a lot better looking than other days, or some campsites were going to be substantially worse than others. But I think every day just kept like surprising us with how incredible that trail was. It was definitely all unique, and each area had its own special element to it.
And just like that, another trail is complete. One thing about ending a trail that people may not realize is how abrupt that feeling is. As you finish the trail and walk towards that finish line, the rush of cars and roads around you, you instantly feel that those magical days that you had on trail are far in the past, as you get sucked back into civilization. Leading up to the finish line, you begin to reflect upon your time on trail, the views, the food, the stars, and every single mile that you walked. And as you get closer, your feet begin to hurt less. Those early mornings seem that much easier. and those long days seem that much shorter. You begin to miss the trail even before you finish it. But as you do cross that finish line, all you can do is reflect back on how happy those days on trail made you. Our time on the Wonderland Trail was nothing short of spectacular, and we were incredibly lucky. From the permitting process, to the weather, the people we met on trail, and the clear conditions that allowed for such expansive views. So while ending the Wonderland Trail may leave us with a bittersweet feeling, I know we are both extremely happy about the adventure we had and the memories that will last a lifetime.